Hey guys, I'm Gentle Occasion, and today we're playing a Grom The Paunch campaign. Everyone's favourite big boy. And everyone's favourite little boy as well. We got, Niblet? Did it at least say? Did it say his name's Niblet? It's Niblet, right? It is Niblet. I think it's Niblet. It's Grom and Niblet. Is it Niblet? Is it Niblet? I'm going to have so many comments just going, it's Niblet. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to just everyone going, it's Niblet, like it's a sitcom name. It's Niblet, and then Niblet runs in. It's like, it's me! I don't know why he sounds like a gold, surveyor. Like the guy from the Golden Nuggets thing. Anyway, we're going to play Grom the Paunch. He has access to his cauldron. He can cook stuff, which gives him big old powers for his army, which is really, really fun. Also, High Elves don't like him on account of him almost sinking Ulthuan that one time. Classic Grom. Classic Goblin. He's a Goblin, by the way. Just, Yeah, I know. Impressive. Upkeep down for chariots and pump wagon units, which will be fun. We all remember the Mad Max style trailer that they made for him was very fun. Extra charge bonus for the chariots too. His Lord effects, goblins get extra leadership, which, whatever. Physical resistance though is quite handy. Not against magic attacks, but still not bad. And he gets his own War, which gives him immune to psychology. Oh, there's healing involved for the army. It's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. So, yeah, I like it. Let's go.
You gonna help Grom conquer the world, or what?
I mean, I'm gonna try, mate. I'm gonna try. Or at least do some stuff. Maybe not conquer the world. Because we don't have that long. So the reason why I'm playing this, by the way, we'll go over how they play when we do the things that they play like. So don't worry about that. They also want us to attack Aquitaine, which we will do. Let's just get into the first battle, and I'll tell you what the plan is during the battle. Because we've got to fight it, because, it's the first battle. It's tradition. Okay, so the reason we're playing this campaign, or at least the reason why we're playing it now, I suppose, because I was going to play it, I had to delay it a little bit. Playing Grom the Paunch, because it's Grom the Paunch, and I thought it'd be fun. Because it's Grom the Paunch, and we've not played him in Warhammer 3 yet. Played him in Warhammer 2, though, and I had a really good time with him. So, cool. Grom the Paunch. Perfect. But the reason we're playing him now, and not a few days ago. Not that you would have known, I was going to play it a few days ago, but look, whatever. There's been a new patch, or at least a beta patch. They have put in some new campaign AI for us to try. So we're going to try that out. Creative Assembly. You guys, if you spot anything silly with the campaign AI, or if they're doing anything particularly clever, let me know. If anything seems like a surprise, because they've jostled about a bunch of things. And actually telling you the things that they've jostled, I think, most of you who are really paying attention, you would have seen the blog. So whatever, you kind of know. But I'm not going to go through all the details. I want you guys just to say, oh yeah, that seems to be acting organic, rather than going, oh, that seems to be acting in the way that they said they're going to make the change. I just want you guys to, let me know. Let me know if you're seeing stuff that is, in some way improved, or otherwise, because I would love to know if there have been some decent changes, because there's some things that sound good to me and some things that sound bad, and we'll see how it all comes together. We'll see how it all comes together. But yeah, this beta is only active for like a couple of weeks. So, yeah, that's going to be a problem for doing a really long LP. So we're going to have to wrap it up, relatively fast. Alright, let's get you guys into you lot. Let's start shooting at them. I'm going to send Grom in. He does regenerate, so I can be pretty silly with him, honestly. God, you really are miles away, huh? Anyway, these Knights of the Realm probably aren't going to have a great time. You know what? I'm going to try and get the trolls in over here, because it looks like they're trying to escape. We've got really good armor piercing on these guys. So they'll be a big help. And you can just go into their archers. We still got Our rocks being lobbed over here, which is great. But yeah, Grom the Paunch, absolutely fantastic. They did a great job with his model. Just like updating him, frankly. Updating the hell out of him. His original model is so old. Just so old. So they did a really good job. I don't know, they did a good job quite a while ago. This is the newest DLC in the world. This came out in Warhammer 2, for God's sake, but still. He still feels kind of new to me, I think, because I've been playing since... You know, since, like, the very start of Warhammer 1, continuously. So it's, you know... He feels new to me, in the grand scheme of things. And, of course, we do have the new goblins, by the way. These are added in the last patch. You know, not in the patch of testing, in the last, like, actual content drop. Was it the... Actually, I think it was before then. I think they did a patch in the interim. But anyway, there's goblins with swords, like sword and board now, and goblins with spears, rather than just goblins that had spears. So, you know, nice to have that variety, especially for Grom the Paunch. Because, you know, he's a man, well, a goblin representing all of his kind. So I think it makes sense that he has more variety of just your standard gobbos, you know? So I like that. I like that a lot. I think it's going to be a good change. Also, lovely conquering Bretonia. It's such a nice place. Like, if I was in the mood to conquer places, it would probably be these ones. Because, I mean, look at this. This is gorgeous. Lovely place. Lovely. Just so scenic. I can never conquer an ugly place. I'd always have to conquer somewhere scenic. You know? That's my problem. Just the aesthetic value of properties far surpasses its economic value. Anyway, decisive victory. Yeah, you might be telling me, why don't you just go on holiday if that's what you're after? But we're playing goblins. A goblin holiday looks a lot like Conquest. Very similar. Right, so we did lose 14 guys, which is pretty horrendous. I kind of want to ransom them. I don't think anyone's going to judge me for it. Let's get some money out of it, and then we can fight them again, and that'd be funny. Come on, Grom. It's taking his time. Oh, yep, we did that. I wanted to look at that item though. Lucky Shrunken Head. There are a few charms as potent as the Grisly Shrunken Head of some forgotten enemy. The poor git. 10% ward save is pretty damn good. I like that. They want us to take Aquitaine now, huh? I suppose we could do that. Settlements of cities or ports. Oh, okay. I was just going to say, is it trying to say this has a port? Did it have a port in Warhammer 2? And they just lifted it, but no. No, it's just trying to tell me what a city is. Do I fight this one? I mean, it's going to be an open field battle, right? With a lot of, like, fun things to roll over with chariots. I think we are going to fight it. Okay, so Grom the Paunch. Grom the Paunch. I really like Grom the Paunch because of, interestingly, his lack of character. I had a conversation with someone in Discord. Someone was saying they don't really like Grom the Paunch because he's not really anything, right? There are other goblin characters that are all, you know, have a lot of personality and are really aspirational, you know, wanting to become Grom, like the next Grom the Paunch and all the rest of it, but he's sort of nothing. And to me, that's perfect. That's exactly how it should be. Because he shouldn't be anything. Because... So he's sort of... He was a nobody even when he was the greatest ever goblin. Right, that's just sort of who he is. He was just a random goblin that was being bullied by a bunch of orcs in a fun game that orcs like to play, where they force-feed goblins troll meat, so the meat regenerates inside the belly of the goblin, and they burst. And that's a fun game that orcs play at the expense of goblins, right? And Grom was one such a victim. But, for some reason, he didn't burst. Instead, he sort of took on the, you know, the traits of the troll meat, and he was able to then regenerate, and he just bloated out of control and turned into this, like, massive freak of a goblin. Right? Total accident. The dude has no personality. He just exists as he is, not by any, you know, any sort of, you know, I don't know, any, like, particular trait of his. It's not because he was the bravest or anything, like nothing. It could have happened to literally any goblin, and it just happened to happen to him. So, like, you know, he's a completely empty vessel for the potential of any goblin, which I find is really fun. I think that's, like, the best possible thing to have, where it's just like any goblin could become him. It's weirdly aspirational, but also it's just very funny because he's seen as this legendary figure, right? And yes, he did accomplish a lot, but did he accomplish a lot because of any merit? No, not even slightly. He literally was just massive. So all the other goblins went, "Oh my god, look at him! He's massive. He must be the best goblin ever." And so they all just followed him. It was the momentum of everyone who followed him that made his achievements possible, which led more people to follow him. And it just escalated. And then, you know, the shaman, you know, the shamans in his group was just the one. I think there were a few, but I think there was one was the sort of instigator of a lot of the plans, basically going, "Hey, how about we go and absorb all the power of the Waystones from, you know, Ulthuan. I'm sure that'll give us loads of power and it'll be great." Which, you know, could be, I think in certain tellings it's machinations of chaos attempting them to do that and whatever. It's very easy to point at something and go shiny, especially when there is evidence that they would gain incredible power from these things, which they did, but also the entire continent was going to sink and kill them, like everyone. So it wasn't exactly going to be, you know, it was going to be very temporary gains. And then, yeah, the vortex would have collapsed and demons would have destroyed everything, including, you know, those handful of shamans that had absorbed all that power. So it would have gone really badly, is what I'm saying. And Grom led them to do that, basically just because people kept saying, "Where now, boss?" He'd go, "Oh, I don't know, that way," and just point randomly, and off they would go, right? He was swept up in the same nonsense that everyone else was. That's goblins. So for that, he's the most goblin-y because he actually has no defining traits, like, apart from what happened to him by accident. So I think it's really fun. I love the fact that he is sort of a lack of character that leads to an anecdote rather than like a story about him. You know, he is just a part of the story rather than the driving force for it. The accident was the driving force for it. But yeah, Grom the Paunch was, his war was the most successful of all time. It rampaged across like most of the old world and, yeah, almost wiped out the High Elves, which is incredible. You know, that's a hell of a boast. The Dark Elves haven't even managed to do that, and they've been trying exclusively, you know, driving towards that goal since their conception. So it's, yeah, it's impressive. He's an impressive. His feats are impressive, even if his impressive attributes are just a total fluke. So, you know, I think he's really fun. I think he's a really fun character for that reason. And I know some of you guys will have a different take on the character. That's, I think, the beauty of certainly older characters from Warhammer. It's a lot of just like, here's some pieces, you know, of the character. Here's really they just deliver an anecdote. They go, this is a funny story about a goblin, and then you can extrapolate what you want about what that person was like. But the fact that he's a sort of a blank slate to me is perfect. That, I think, is much better than if they tried to make him a really complicated character in any way. No, just like all goblins, he was just a victim of orcs messing with him. Right, so let's see. Yeah, replenish troops, obviously. Yeah, I don't want this war to stop. So we can get squigs. I think we're going to avoid getting too many squigs in this army. I want to focus more on goblins and chariots and things. We might have another army that'll be more like Night Goblin focused, but also I know that at some point I might just want to play like a Skarsnik campaign with the full bevy of squigs and just go like real Night Goblin and squig crazy. I want to stay kind of generic with our boys with Grom the Paunch, which might seem like a bit of a disadvantage, but he does get insane buffs for goblins, so it'll be pretty good. Also, yeah, our recipes. These are going to get pretty good. So we've got troll meat. Regeneration for goblins and light goblin infantry. I mean, that on its own is pretty huge, though it's also a bit of a weird one, because if you fight anything with a certain amount of weapon strength, then all of your goblins are going to die in a single hit, so there'll be nothing to regenerate. But still, pretty cool. Pretty cool. But anyway, we'll try and get as many ingredients and things as possible. Work out all our different recipes. Here's our recipe book, so we can work out specific things as well. So, really fun. So yeah, we've got a cooking pot. Gonna make some great stuff for us. Now, let's see. I think we might... actually, this will be our goblin building, so that's okay. Yeah, I think Massive Orc will be our recruitment hub and everything. I think Aquitaine, I think what we're going to do is just shove in things like the pile of shiny stuff. Although, could go with just raiding stashes all the way. It will take a lot longer for these to provide benefit to us. You know, it'll take a lot longer for them to pay for themselves. Might be interesting, though. No, I think we just need to go with some flat money. We need to be able to actually support this first army. So I think that's how it's going to be. I think I'm also going to use some global recruitment. Actually, I think this will be enough to take Bordelot. I think it'll be enough to take Bordelot. So I'll take Bordelot, then I'll worry about anything else. But I think we're going to try and get to Ulthuan real quick. What do I do want to do? I do want to try and go for the objectives a bit. Take Tor of Res and occupy, loot, raise, or sack 30 settlements. Okay, that's sort of perfect. And then it's just do more settlements. So yeah, this campaign, they really do just say, go crazy. I think that's brilliant, because apart from ending in Tor of Res, right, that's where he was finally defeated, or where his war was. He disappeared, I think. I don't think he was a confirmed kill. But anyway, Tor of Res is sort of his end point, so it makes sense to have that. But literally everything else that he did was just smashing stuff as he went. You know, he went through basically every part of the world. You know, he started in the Misty Mountains, pushed his way up into the Empire, destroyed half of that, went through some of Bretonnia into Ulthuan. Like, he was a busy, busy boy. So, giving him specific objectives would just be, you'd have to railroad him so much for a campaign that I like. They basically just say, I'll just go mad. For once, that actually fits a character. Normally when they give objectives like that in a campaign, I really dislike it. But here, it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, let's do the tough fodder for extra armor and melee defense for goblin units. That will be nice. Can't wait for that. And I think that's us done then, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's the turn. Let's crack on. Okay, Red Cloud have been destroyed. That doesn't bother me. We'll get Blacktooth's head in a jar. And green spores, which is an ingredient for the cooking pot, if we have 50 scrap. Which, I mean, we've got 40, so probably one more battle and we'll get this. Which is good. Hey, Blacktooth. Hey, mate. Grom had been guilty of resting on his laurels in the past, especially when the spoils of war and the ensuing victory banquets were particularly good. If it had not been for the sinister encouragement of his power-crazed shaman, old Blacktooth, yeah, this is the one who was sort of driven to sink Ulthuan. Grom's ambitions may not have always been backed up by his actions, and he certainly wouldn't have gotten off his corpulent rump to lead Broken Axe's first invasion of Ivres. Unfortunately, Blacktooth eventually had his head lopped off by that pointy-headed Git Eltharion, but before they had absorbed copious amounts of power from destroyed waystones, so much power, in fact, that it had made him rather difficult to actually be killed, even after having his head severed from his body. Before Grom had given up on rallying his fleeing troops from Tor of Res, he'd spotted his shaman's head on the ground, shrieking angry obscenities at him, so he put it in a jar before fleeing himself. Since that day, Blacktooth's head mostly spurted unintelligible nonsense. Being devoid of a body can do that to an orc. Recently, however, he started saying things that grabbed Grom's attention, claiming that he knew how to get the war going again. The first thing he suggested Grom do, however, is throw a feast to motivate the lads. Never turning down an excuse for a banquet, Grom bellows to them to grab some scrap to get the cauldron fire going. And now, see what I mean? Just someone tells him an idea, and he basically just says, "Yep, that sounds good to me," and then that's it, right? He doesn't really have a drive other than his hunger due to the troll meat making him such a big boy. So that's really it. He's very easy to push around, which I think is very fun. Or just you can suggest things to him, and he'll roll with it. Literally, he's on a chariot. It's a hilarious joke. But yeah, so I really like Grom for that. I think it's really fun. That one lord is just fleeing the city.
I will not blight my soul.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, I know they're not worth my blades. The whole town is going to get slaughtered and eaten. He's like, no, it's not. That's all very silly. You know, I'm a proper noble. I only fight worthy opponents. Good luck. And off he goes. What a dickhead. That's the most Bretonian of Bretonians. So yeah, we're going to fight Octane. This should be fun, because there's people here, and big walls. See? I say see, it takes a while to load. I don't know why this always takes so long to load. It's very odd. Very strange. I mean, you'd think it's just a JPEG, you know? But it seems to actually, like, generate it somehow. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to fight a lovely city. Should be a giggle. And here we are. In the city again. Grom's moving to the big city. But will he be able to find a boyfriend? Tune in next time. Don't worry, I'm not going anymore. Grom is. He's going to the big city. I'm sticking around. There's still more episodes, that's what I'm trying to say. It's so weird we've got orc arrow boys. Like, why wouldn't they start with goblin archers? That feels unusual to me. But, you know, whatever. It's all good. I guess he only has the most cowardly orcs, you know, the ones who are actually going to be like, oh yeah, we use bows. Yeah, we're weird. We're weird like that. Don't worry about it. So the knights errant! I'm going to spam Spirit Leech on until we can get into the front line. I'm going to let Grom get shot a bunch. He does regenerate. Niblet can, you know, hide behind his corpulent figure. So he'll be fine. Okay, you don't. You don't. Well, you do actually. You're a troll. You do also have regeneration. They say, but you don't have regeneration. No, he does. She does. Best name, by the way. That's oh god, what's her name? That was Tiddlemuncher, which is hilarious. Can't remember her first name now. Fishy. That's what it is. Fishy Tiddlemuncher. Which is the best troll name. The best troll name. Oh, also, yeah, best place to plunder. I mean, look at this place. It's great. So good. Oh, I'm going to take plenty of these. I want plenty of these towns. Also, I love this completely pointless bridge that goes over here. You know, why even have that? Kind of fun. Oh, it's so you have better access to the fire. That's why. You don't have to go, like, tread in the mud to get to your fire. That'd be embarrassing. So yeah, breaking through gates takes a lot longer these days. But like, we do have artillery, so I think I'm just going to pull you guys out of that fight. You know, out of the fire, if you will. And we'll see how that goes, yeah? I can't reach their knights errant anymore. Come on, guys. What are you doing? You're all very stuck right now, aren't you? What? Oh, because the gatehouse is opened. Of course it has. Of course it has. God, just one day they'll be able to figure out how to make gates and it'll be an absolute nightmare in Total War. Right, so yeah, this patch, a couple of things they changed. I would argue are more in line with being pretty just straight up bug fixes, honestly. Some of the AI behavior was clearly just broken more than anything else. But yeah, a lot of things have just been tweaked behavior to try and make it act smarter. So yeah, enemies should camp their own cities a lot less now. Be a bit more aggressive, coming out to meet you and things, and going off and doing their own conquering. There should be a lot more sort of fighting amongst each other now. For various, Oh, you threw the gates. Oh, perfect. I didn't realise. Oopsie doopsie. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it all works. Man, I'm amazed they got through there so quickly. Oh, we've got a war. Alright, you guys can just charge in through that way, I suppose. And you can run over here. I mean, yeah, we suffered some damage. Our boy's back here, but that's okay. Let's just pull you forward. Let's see if you can't attack the field trebuchets. And the Knights Errant are actually just going to keep running. If they're just going to keep running, that's fine. Like, I don't really care if they're just going to be stuck there. I'll just keep attacking this stuff. You guys are going to really struggle to get through this gate as well, aren't you? Chariots pathfinding is always a little bit screwy. And when they get stuck on things like trolls and things, they don't move well as a pack. Let's say that. They do not move well as a pack. Alright, gone to the spirit leech, so let's leech their spirit. Alright, go fight those peasant bowmen. And you're still moving. You'll get close enough one day. A bunch of towers set up now, which I'm not a big fan of. Alright. River trolls, they are going to debuff the stats of everything nearby because they have overwhelming odor. So all these guys are going to be less effective against our... Yeah, I'll send you this way, actually. And you can go this way. Or maybe that way, too. Yeah, they can be less effective at killing our boys, which is great. Because, you know, goblins are a little fragile. Silly little guys. Yeah, that barricade is going to make it quite awkward to fight them, isn't it? We've got the war again. So yeah, more regeneration, please. Thank you. Oh, another spirit leech. And a nice errant is whittling down to Fishy Tiddlematcher, but... You know, not very quickly. And, oh, okay, there we go. These guys charged in, absolutely decimated the peasant bowmen. And it looks like that's going to be it for them. Well, I say that. These guys are hanging on a little longer than I thought they would. Kind of impressive. Come on, a bit of artillery. Man, I do love a good trebuchet. Who doesn't love a trebuchet? Alright, come on, Grom. Just straight through the market. It's fine. Yeah, I'd run away too. Come on, come on. Your little scythes stuck on the chariot, on the trebuchet, huh? That's much better. Oh, good boys. Wolf chariots are the coolest things ever. They really are. I love them. And with 3 wolves. Oh boy. That's just spoiling us. The most amazing thing happened during the loading screen, which I'm so sad that I couldn't... There's no way I can show you. But I just cracked my back. And clearly my cat heard it. And just sort of like, just from the other room, just like jumped into my studio's doorway in that sort of like Thriller dance pose that cats do. And it's just bloody marvellous. I'm sorry, you're going to have to just imagine it. Like, I can't show it to you. For some reason, I don't have a camera always set up in my doorway. Just for such occasions. So maybe I'll have to change that. But, yeah, I was not expecting that to be the reaction to me cracking my back. You know, oh, time to do Thriller. Time to do the Thriller dance. Alright, cat. Alright, mate. Absolutely mad. He's my Niblet. You know, I'm Grom. He's Niblet. And, or is he the wolves? We don't have a chariot. We should get a chariot. We should get a chariot. Just a fun thing for the family to do together. What the hell am I talking about? Let's fight stuff. Let's conquer things. Sorry, just cat doing a Thriller dance. It's very distracting, okay? It is very distracting. I can't help it. So yeah, let's make our gobbos better. Because, you know, gobbos are brilliant. And what do I want from you now? Do I just want to get a bunch of spells? I think we do want to focus on spells rather than stats, you know. Because they're going to have much bigger impact. And be much more exciting. So I don't know what this guy's going to do. I don't know if he's suddenly going to go, oh, well, I guess I'll reconquer Bordello. Idiot. Right, let's get a Camp Ruckus going. For extra growth. On Bordello to become big and strong. Throw to gobbos some iron scraps to take a better beating. Armour plus 10 for Goblin and Light Goblin infantry units, and plus 3 melee defense for Goblin and Light Goblin infantry units. Next up is more grub, which will put down their upkeep. So, capture many provinces. Capture control. Maintain control of 3 provinces, either by direct ownership or through vassals and military allies. We already have 2, so that's going to be very, very quick going. And we're actually 2 scrap. We are still 2 scrap away. We can fight this man. And we got a bit more scrap. Good. Good. Head in a jar, please. Thank you. So, and a Trickster Shard as well, apparently. Blacktooth's head in a jar. Power saturated and incredibly annoying, Blacktooth's blabbering head enables frightening manifestations when in the hands of a spellcaster. Time will tell whether his words will lead Grom to his ultimate prize, or are simply the ramblings of a lunatic. So this lets you summon a rogue idol, which is just superb. 100% miscast chance, though, so will always hurt Grom, but he regenerates, so who cares? So, love that. And we've got a new ingredient. Brilliant. And yep, cook a recipe. We get a bunch of scrap for that as well. Lovely. Alright, let's do some cooking. So, oh, we've got to drag him in, don't we? And we can unlock additional ingredients to get additional effects. How do you do that? I forget. By taking the Food Merchant's Challenge. I guess we'll get them when we get them, right? I think you'll unlock them at a certain level. Anyway, so this will give us Bangers and Smash, which will give us a buff for charge and leadership, and it'll give Grom an extra 25 charge bonus, which is really cool. So that's the specific combination of ingredients gives us this thing, right? Makes it the shroom and offal sausage. And then the ingredients, the specific ingredients you use, give you specific effects. So growth plus 10 for all provinces. We earn 5 reputation immediately upon cooking, which I guess is fine. And then regeneration for all our goblins. So very fun. It costs scrap to start cooking.
Lobbing a spinal column.
Excellent. And we'll have that for 15 turns. Which is quite a lot of turns, to be fair. And we just get given 100 scrap for completing that challenge, which is great. But yeah, we'll get a bunch of different things soon. In fact, we can have a look, can't we? Sack a Dark Elf settlement. Obtain a trophy from a successful call to war against any elf faction. Win against a dragon or wyvern. Win against any flying creatures of Lustria or winged machinery. Includes mounts. Interesting. Interesting. Eagle Talons. Retrieve the Axe of Grom. Okay. Eagle Sight ammunition I think is pretty good. I think it's like Bones Fisted Infantry or something. There's one that gives you explosive ammo, which is pretty cool. Sail and explore the sea or sack an empire settlement. Interesting. I mean, sailing and exploring the sea. I guess that's like grab a treasure, right? From the ocean, I assume. This one, recruit an Arachnarok spider. Sail and explore the sea or sack a Norscan settlement. Okay, so all these I think you can just grab from various things in the ocean, which is fine. So that's pretty cool. And hang on, spiky skin. Oh, it's just melee defense. That's a shame. This, right? This should have been updated, I think, to melee reflection. How amazing would that have been? I think that'd be really good. Casualty replenishment plus 10%. That's great. That's pretty good stuff. So yeah, that's all ocean-based stuff. Well, I mean, that's all seafood. All blue stuff. Alright, sack a dwarf settlement. Recruit to swamp things. Win a battle against any 6-limbed centaur-like creatures. Win a battle against any ghostly apparitions. Rank 15 with an orc shaman. Rank 15 with a troll hag. Recruit night goblin fanatics. I mean, that's pretty huge. That gives frenzy to all goblin units. That's pretty massive. Yeah, successfully get a call to war. Okay, big armor bonuses. This one is fight any giant dinosaur-like creatures. And equip a character with a warboard. So these all seem pretty doable. These all seem pretty straightforward. So yeah, we'll try and get as many as we can. In fact, that's one thing that I would have liked to have seen in victory conditions. Although it's pretty much go wherever the hell you like, I think it would also be good to say, have X number of ingredients. I think that would have been really good. I think that would have been a nice one to have in there. Just to, you know, slightly inform the direction you go in to start conquering. I think that would have been nice. So, interact with the food merchant. As Grom and the tribe stuffed their faces around the banquet fire, Blacktooth's head started blabbering once again, excitedly exclaiming his great plan to get the horde together and go back to Torres. It was obvious that the bitter shaman was after some long overdue revenge on the warden himself. the glint of the elven general's sword being the last thing the shaman saw before his untimely decapitation. Grom was too distracted to think about the crazy shaman's personal vendetta, since he had his own motivations to return to the pointy-edged glittering city. He'd long dreamt of sailing back there to have another good scrap, but this time claiming the metropolis as his greatest prize, and of course holding the banquet to end all banquets in his own triumphant honour. See, just simple taste, simple motivations. Any goblin can get behind this. Before Grom could shove a bit more of the crooked carrion into his massive gob, Blacktooth's head drew his attention to a food merchant who had shown up nearby in the lumbering form of a troll hag. Grom couldn't immediately figure out how, but the shaman suggested that perhaps the troll hag could help them. In any event, Grom was always enticed by the possibility of sinking his teeth into any new exotic things the food merchant might sell him. Do they appear on the map somewhere? I have completely forgotten how this mechanic works. I have completely forgotten. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. No idea. Also, he's a starving gobbo right now. He sampled some recipes. He does. He does. So you do 15 different recipes to get him big and strong, which I guess is an objective in and of itself. But yeah, I don't know. How do we visit them? Are they going to show up on the map? I have forgotten. Probably should have read more things. I'm sure it explained somewhere, but whatever. It's all good. Do I fight that guy again? Where do I want to go? I mean, obviously Torivres, right? But do I want to go there yet and then just get embroiled in like the whole conquest of Ulthuan? Or do I want to do things like take over some of these mountains so I can actually, like, you know, sack an empire city, sack a dwarf city, fight some ghosts? Like, there's a lot of ingredients I can get in the mountains here before I set off. So I think I might do that. And Aquitaine, I mean, that should be able to fight him, right?
I am a lord of Bretonia.
I do feel like I need to fight him again. Just something off chance this sod survives. So Aquitaine is no more. Good. There goes Aquitaine. Now let's get over here. Are we going to do Baston next? Or are we going to fight like the Red Duke, take Lucien maybe? I'm not sure I want to take Lucien. I think we're going to go for Baston. I think Baston is where we're headed next. Now let's see, what can we recruit for you? Just some goblins. That works for me. Get a bunch more goblins. We have plenty that can hit hard, you know, because we've got the trolls. God, you aren't looking too hot, huh? How have you not got enough growth yet? That is crazy. Really taking its sweet time. Okay, well this is suddenly a bit suspicious, isn't it? Now I'm thinking maybe I do fight these guys. However, Hag Merchant has been spotted in Aquitaine. So yes, you do run up to him. I did have an inkling that was the case, but it's weird to be told to do that and them not having appeared yet. That feels unusual. Drawn close by the scent of Grom's constant binge banqueting, a merchant troll hag has been sighted nearby. Such a dangerous creature should be approached with caution, but the hag's bag of dead things will likely contain something delectable to toss into Grom's cauldron. Or you can just rob her. Amazing. So I think we need to fight some naughty boys. Do I want to get Soul Blight to lower their effectiveness? Or Doom and Darkness, try and get them to crumble? I'll only be able to use that on a single guy until I can overcast it. So I think we go Soul Blight. But yeah, I think we need to fight the Red Duke. Cheeky little git. I think Lucien just has the one... They just have the one settlement, so... Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Oh, we can't have him trespassing like this. That will not do. That will not do. Hey, mate. Alright, so that looks like it's going to be quite fun. Let's get to it. Okay. So... I am going to... blob up. And we do have the artillery as well. The Black Knights might actually go for it, which is a pain. I think I just smash into one side, deal with all of that, and then everything else will have to come to me. But then these guys will just get into a back line and bother my rock lobbers, won't they?
Bring me carry
But I think that can work. Let's put a bunch of goblins back here. Although I guess I'll put the ones with ones who actually have anti-large. It's just yeah, I'm still getting used to the idea of goblins having anti-large. And yeah, I'll put you guys back here. And yeah, this'll work out probably.
The biggest war boss! What's fighting?
Ah, you run in immediately. And you.
Just ready!
And yeah, you're gonna keep moving forwards. In fact, I want you to start hitting the Black Knights. Might actually be a good shout.
Moving fast. Push in for the punch.
Yeah, we're gonna go for all these jerks. Might be worth going straight for that White King, you know. Alright, let's get you in too. And everyone else, let's just get you moving up that way.
Come on, move. Running. Need something smashing. Moving fast.
Alright, you just start hitting him. Alright, so he's all up in here, which is, you know, fine.
Wagon crush.
Because we're about to hit him pretty hard. Okay, brilliant. Let's soul blight these guys. Just zombies. Yeah, might as well whittle them down a bit. So they've still got that White King causing problems. Skeleton Spearman. Let's pull you guys out of this fight. And let's bring you guys over here. Alright, let's bring you guys further this way. Alright, you keep that White King busy. Alright, you go deal with the Red Duke. I mean, this is going absolutely fine. There's just nothing happening here. Oh yeah, we do have the charge bonus and leadership thing. That could be worthwhile. Maybe. And yeah, you'll keep him busy for ages. Alright, these guys doing great. Spiky Rolls have a great time. Right, do I want to start shooting into all these zombies? There are Graveguard in there. Somewhere. Alright, there's a Graveguard. Alright. Start whittling them down. Yep, that's all fine. Zombies, zombies. Alright, let's just jump into there. You guys... Oh, yeah, let's get the war going. Warty time, excellent. I mean, that's still going absolutely fine. That's, it's keeping it busy. That's the main thing. That's what I'm after. Alright, let's just weaken all of them. Those Black Knights having a terrible, terrible time in there. You had a great time in there. Let's pull you back out of the fight and have you charge into these Graveguard. The Graveguard might be a bit of a problem. In fact, I might try and aim for those Graveguards. They are going to be quite sturdy. We have lowered everyone's melee attack over there, which is useful. Stone Trolls haven't been touched. They are regenerating faster than the zombies can hurt them. So they are just in, like, infinite battle. At some point they will hit the healing cap. But not for quite some time, I imagine. How much they got left? It's not telling me their healing cap, which I feel like it probably should, but never mind.
What you want? Make scatter! Blow through!
Oh, you guys are doing great. 130 kills. Love that. Big fan. Big fan of that. And I mean, Grom is struggling a bit over here, you know. Like, he doesn't like being in a fair fight. And, you know, him fighting a vampire, so that almost constitutes as a fair fight. Oh, off he goes. See, it's classic Grom. Dude's a coward. Still a goblin, you know. Still a goblin. Yeah, this should work out okay. And I think you can probably just stop doing what you're doing. Alright, Grom, come back in. That was a, you call that a tactical retreat, I believe. And there we go. Lovely. That was pretty brutal. We really tore him apart there. And you might say, well, of course you took him apart. Like, you had trolls that literally couldn't be hurt, but they can be, right? They can be. You can deal with trolls with this army, right? He had ultimate tools for flanking, right? And Black Knights, they got pretty good charge. Like, between this stuff, he could have just got to surround all my trolls, routed them on the charge, and then just escorted them off the battlefield, and there's nothing I would have been able to do about it. And, like, that's real common. But, yeah, especially with the Red Duke and the White King, they can hit pretty hard, so they can start felling trolls. You know, with the occasional swing, they will kill a troll. So, like, they could have done some good work against me there. And frankly, goblins don't tend to hold up well against hordes of undead. Just they get scared and they run. So if they got rid of the trolls, I wouldn't have really had anything anchoring my army. They could have done it. They were never going to, but like they could have done it. It is possible. I'm going to eat the captives, even if they are all rotten. Even if they are all rotten. So, defeat some folks. We're a backstabber. Extra chance of stealing magic items, huh? Lovely. Let's fight the Red Duke again. No trait for killing the Red Duke, sadly. Come on. There we go. Let's eat them some more. And then I need to start heading towards Mousillon, because we're going to have to... I might just raise it to the ground, actually. I might not even keep it. God, that's actually going to be like a much more challenging fight. A lot better infantry. So climbing up the walls to fight that. Is it going to have walls? Yeah, look at the size of it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it has wall strength. It's got walls. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge. We'll make our gobos as good as can be. Well, not as good as can be, because we've still got Goblin Tide to upgrade, and I'm pretty sure we get some additional stuff here for goblins, don't we? Will that help all the chariots? Oh, I thought he had some additional stuff for goblins. Extra leadership for goblins. Oh, and down to size? Oh, okay, the bonus versus large +10 for all goblin units, and +6 melee attack. That definitely helps. So he does have some extra tricks. So yeah, between Goblin Tide, down to size, and the Gobos maxed out, he's going to be pretty... His goblins are going to be pretty good. And then, of course, we've got the extra bonuses we can give them through spending scrap as well. I'm going to upgrade all the scrap upgrades for them. Which... Whoops, wrong one. No, again. How do I keep pressing the wrong button? Here we go. When do we get that? When do we unlock scrap upgrades? Oh, down here, is it? That'll unlock all the squig ones. That'll unlock night goblin ones. Well, goblin archers will benefit from that. Artillery, wagons and such. Okay, did I miss it? Did I miss our basic goblins? No. I don't see where we unlock the stuff for our basic boys. But I guess we'll figure that out. We'll get it at some point. I may have just missed it. It's a lot of different unit cards than I was looking at. Maybe I should have used the words. Anyway, it's fine. We are going to end the episode here, but we made some good progress. Grom The Paunch he's on a roll, isn't he? He's on a roll. It's a funny joke. It's a funny joke. He's on chariot. He's rolling. Chariots roll. They got wheels. Yep. Now you know what wheels do. I think you've learned all you can from me. Go into the world of Total War, and flourish, my kin. I don't know. Comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Christ. Bye.
You gonna help Grom conquer the world or what?